it's DiegoDoom here. Today I'm bringing you another review. Today I'll be reviewing Chogokin Tower of the Sun Robo. Tower of the Sun Robo is based off the famous 1970 structure, Tower of the Sun, created by Taro Okamoto. The Tower of the Sun is said to represent the past, present, and future, which is why the tower has three faces. The top face of the statue represents the future, the face in the center represents the present, and the face on the back represents the past. Inside of the tower, there's another sculpture known as the Tree of Life. Subaraya Productions, the company who brings us the great Ultraman franchise, played a part in creating the artwork for the Tree of Life. The Tower of the Sun was open to the public during the Expo 70 event. After the event, the Tower of the Sun was closed and allowed to be exposed to the elements. After a few years, the Tower of the Sun began to show quite a bit of wear and tear from the elements. In recent years, the Tower of the Sun has been restored and reopened to the public. The Tower of the Sun is a very interesting piece of history. I would love to see the Tower of the Sun in person, but until that day comes, I will gladly settle for this very cool piece of Gokin. Chogokin Tower of the Sun Robo is a fantastic release in the Chogokin line. Tower of the Sun Robo has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, nice accessories, great articulation, and a fantastic transformation. First, let's take a look at Tower of the Sun Robo in his tower state. In his tower state, Tower of the Sun Robo looks absolutely fantastic. Starting off with the top, we have the face that represents the future. At the top, we have the antenna with a matte black paint app. On the real Tower of the Sun, this antenna is used as a conductor to light the Tower of the Sun's eyes. The future face itself has a very nicely detailed large gold chrome dish with metallic gold eyes in the center. Moving down to the chest, we have the face that represents the present. The present face has a very nice smooth unique sculpt that I assume is inspired by ancient Japanese clay sculptures. On the back, we have the face that represents the past. The face seems to have more of a tribal look with a nice matte black paint app and a nice rough texture to it. The eyes, nose, and mouth of the past face slightly protrude from the rest of the body. The rest of the body has a fantastic sculpture-like texture of nice red accents going up the center of the body. In his tower state, Tower of the Sun Robo could easily pass as a simple piece of art on the shelf, which is very cool. Now, let's transform Tower of the Sun Robo into his Robo state. Now that we have Tower of the Sun Robo transformed, let's take a look at the accessories. Tower of the Sun Robo comes with a pair of open hands and one stand. First, let's check out the open hands. The open hands have an absolutely fantastic robotic sculpt with very nice and very realistic rust-like paint apps. The hands attach via the ball joint peg system. The sockets on the hands are more of a half circle, which makes attaching them fairly easy. To attach, simply remove the articulated hands, keeping the pressure on the hand and not the wrist joint. Peg in the open hands, and that's it. Now, Tower of the Sun Robo can take an aggressive stance or swat his foes down. Next, we have the stand. The stand has a very nice amount of detail for a nice steel blue paint app. On the front of the stand, we have a nice metallic silver nameplate with what I'm assuming says Tower of the Sun. The stand also has the ability to extend. Once the stand is extended, an extra nameplate is revealed, which now has the front of the stand saying Tower of the Sun Robo, which is definitely very cool. With the stand being extended, we can see some extra mechanical details as well. With the extendable stand, we now have the option to securely display Tower of the Sun Robo in his tower state or his robo state, which is greatly appreciated. Now that we have the accessories out of the way, let's take a look at the Tower of the Sun Robo figure itself. Tower of the Sun Robo has a great range of articulation. First, let's start with the top with the future face. So the future face is actually on a hinge so we can look up and down. Next, moving down to the neck is comprised of several ball joints, which gives the neck an absolutely fantastic range of motion. So we can look extremely high up and borderline backwards. We can look extremely far down. We can look to the left, and we can look to the right. Moving down to the arms, we can reach forwards about this much with very nice ratcheting joints. We can go to the back about this much, again with those nice ratcheting joints. The arms can come out to the side just a little bit. When you do this, this does activate part of the transformation, so do be careful. We have a bicep swivel. We have very nice, strong ratcheting elbows. These are definitely very cool. The hands are on ball joints. We can tilt spin these freely. The hands that are equipped on the figure right now are the articulated hands, so we can actually close these 4 fingers and make a fist, which is very nice. Moving down to the legs, we can kick forwards about this much, backwards about this much, come out to the sides this much. We have very nice, hard ratcheting double jointed knees. These look definitely very cool, very nice there. The ankles also have some nice strong ratchets here, which is definitely very cool, and also the feet can tilt and swivel. In his robo state, Tower of the Sun Robo looks stunning. Starting from the top, we get to see the inner workings of Tower of the Sun Robo. First up, we have the neck, which has a stunning amount of detail with a weathered copper paint app. The neck has a very nicely detailed mechanical sculpt. We can see the various panel lines and indentations that give off a steampunk-like feel. Behind the neck, we have the open panels that have a very nicely detailed and textured grid pattern. I assume these panels act as some kind of solar panel. Next, we have the open chest with the 3 turbine cannons. The turbine cannons are very nicely detailed with a nice gold paint app. The inner workings of the chest are stunning and carry the same steampunk-like design as seen in the neck. Inside of the chest doors, they also have a nice amount of detail. Next, we have the very nicely detailed arms with a very nice weathered copper paint app. The arms seem to have a piston-like design. If we flip down the panels on the side, we can see some very cool artwork that represents the Tree of Life sculpture inside the Tower of the Sun. We can see various dinosaurs sitting on multicolored tree branches. Moving down to the legs, absolutely no amount of detail was spared here. The legs have a very intricate mechanical sculpt with various robotic details. In the crotch area, we have our very nicely detailed weathered thrusters. Finally, we have the feet with various mechanical details. We have the 5 cylinders that represent the toes and some parts that look like radiators. Now, when it comes to diecast content, from what I can tell for this figure, the diecast is in the forearms, the crotch area, the shins, and the feet. The Tower of the Sun Robo definitely has quite a bit of diecast content, and this figure is fairly heavy, which is definitely very cool. Tower of the Sun Robo in his Robo state is truly unique and stunning. This figure as a whole is definitely very cool. I think it's amazing how this figure can go from an unassuming piece of art to an awesome super robot. Tower of the Sun Robo's transformation is very simple and looks stunning once completed. The articulation for this figure is very great with very, very solid ratcheting joints that blend seamlessly with the steampunk-like design of the body parts. This is a very unique piece of Gokin. I can understand this piece may not be for everyone, but I really think that every Gokin collector should definitely pick this truly unique piece up. Now, let's do some size comparisons. To conclude the review, Chogokin Tower of the Sun Robo is a fantastic release in the Chogokin line. Tower of the Sun Robo has a fantastic sculpt, fantastic paint applications, nice accessories, great articulation, and a fantastic transformation. This figure is definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. I absolutely recommend picking up this very unique piece. Also, when you get a chance, check out the other artworks from Taro Okamoto. They're definitely very cool. This has been another review by DiegoDoom. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for more figure reviews. Check out the Facebook fan page and also follow me on Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe.